We are at the Women's International Leadership Forum, and there are amazing plethora of speakers and guests here. But we are very privileged to have a very special lady here who has joined us all the way from Jordan. Her name is Lina Khalifeh, and we're going to talk to her about all things self-defense and fighting and many, many other things. Lina, welcome. Good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you too.
It's a real pleasure to have you here, and I know that people ask you the obvious questions. I won't. Well, just warming up, tell us about why you are here at the WIL Forum.
Well, I was invited because I represent, I'm the founder actually of SheFighter, the first self-defense studio for women across the Middle East. And we empower women through self-defense training and through through workshops in domestic violence, sexual assaults and harassment. I was invited as a speaker, so I'm going to be speaking on the Arabic panel at 3 p.m. about the challenges and why self-defense is really important for women. So I'm going to share some tips and some stories.
How big an epidemic is domestic violence in our part of the world?
I would say we have a good percent, but it's not like something really scary, or it's not a high percent, but it varies from a country to another country. For example, if a country is really strict in different laws, then it means that they have more safety and the women can report. But in countries that doesn't care really about women's laws or doesn't appreciate them, you can find there's a high rate of domestic violence. So in the Middle East specifically, I found that there is high rate of domestic violence, and also women, they don't know the laws to report, and they don't know their rights, and they always look low for themselves. That's why they don't try to report or get into, for them it's getting into troubles, but it's not. It's standing up for what they believe they have to stand for.
You are about empowerment, as I can see, but here your card says SheFighter. What are you fighting? Why can't we just talk about peace? Why can't we just talk about strength? Why can't we just talk about, being self-empowered? Yeah. Why fight?
Well, I believe fighting, it's a really strong word. It has really big effect on people. So when a woman feels that like her journey is all about fighting to get her kids to school, fighting in pregnancy. It's fighting since the day she was born until the day she will die. That's why when she hears the word fighting, she feels she's a fighter. So it empowers her from inside to outside. It's really, when I picked the name, the SheFighter name, it took me a while because I wanted to be a catchy name that women will never forget. It's like, it becomes like a first language to them. So it has to be empowering, it has to have a simple language, and also the design of the logo and everything has to be really simple that they can remember it.
The design of the logo is beautiful, and I think the message is beautiful. I will challenge you further, and I will say fighting is negative, empowering is positive. And I would remember, as a human brain, fighting becomes aggressive and beyond assertive. And so why are we fighting? I don't want to fight. Yeah. I want to give peace. I want to help people. Yeah. Stop fighting.
Yeah, but in life, yeah, unfortunately, that is life. You find negative and positive. You find challenges and success. You always find positive and negative in everything in life. Violence is there. We can't deny that there is no violence in the whole world. We are born in this world, and there has to be more as a competition, as a fight, but as well as we can't just forget about the negativities in the whole world. We can't just say there's no war in the whole world, because there is. We can't say there's no violence in the whole world. So the word fighter doesn't actually, it's more with positive than negative. It's just more to show women, and of course anybody that reads it, that they can do this. They can go on life and they can challenge themselves. They're gonna face obstacles, that is life, but they have to go through this life.
Tell us your story, Lina. What inspired you to do this, and why are you here?
My background is in martial arts. I started Taekwondo when I was 5 years old. I got my black belt 3 Dan, and I won about 20 gold medals. Why I went into martial arts and why I stick to it, I would say that. Because it gave me confidence, it gave me discipline, commitment, responsibility to what I do in life. And it's the best stress relief sport ever. Like if you have any problems as a teenager and you go to training, it's better than going to drugs or just going out with your friends. So I found myself in that sport. I loved it. I was dedicated to it until I get injured in my knee. I couldn't continue on training and fighting and competing. So I started learning other martial arts like Kung Fu, and I learned boxing for like 2 years, kickboxing. I stopped going into competitions because I was not fast like before because of the injury. So when I was studying at the university and I studied French literature, my friend got abused from her father and brother, and she came once, all bruises on her face. And when I told her, you have to do something, you can't live like that every day, she said, I can't do anything. And when growing up as a female child, I always heard that word from females all the time, we can't do anything. But they can do many things.
Were you bullied as a child?
I wouldn't say I was. As a child, I loved to play soccer with the boys in the streets. Right. They always told me, you're a girl, you can't join. I once challenged the boys. I told them, if I score a goal, would you let me inside in the team? And they said yes, and I did, but they kicked me out of the team. I was more persistent. I never took it as something that made me feel depressed about, life. I always challenge myself. I think that's really important, how you push yourself. But sometimes I used to get bullied, but I used to punch them back, so it's fine.
Tell us some stories in your life and people that you have touched and empowered, how you have changed their lives.
Sometimes you get involved in work that you feel it's a routine job, and then you forget about the social impact. But when you get one person coming to your office or like on a normal working day telling you, thank you, you have changed my life, and you don't know that you are changing people's lives, she probably I got once a girl telling me, thank you, you have changed my life. I was once attacked in the elevator, and I never took an elevator after that because it's a horrifying experience. But what you did, you gave me confidence. Now I take the elevator, I take the taxi. I'm not afraid of anyone, and I feel I can. If somebody's going to attack me again, I'm gonna stand up for myself this time.
How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel amazing. Like I have to keep doing what I'm doing, and it's very positive on other people as well.
That's your purpose in life.
Yeah, that's my purpose, to help other people and to empower women and girls and make them believe in themselves. That's the most important.
Our company is called MAD, as you know. MAD stands for Make a Difference. And so my question to you is, how do you make a difference in life, yourself, and in the world?
I would say I'm making a difference by being myself, by being who I am, following my passion, and being a role model to other youth or young girls. They need more female role models in life. So when they see me, I can do this, they believe, if Lina can do it, we can do it. So let's just, it's going to be a challenging journey, but if she can do it, we can do it as well. But if you have more failures, especially with women entrepreneurs or women in business, you feel you can't do this as a young child. It's really important to have women leaders in society so you can empower other generations.
How is your business structured? How's your whole, the whole structure? How does it come together? Is it for profit, not for profit? How do you structure it?
So we registered the business for profit, but it's a hybrid model. So we have our studio, we have our members, the people that can pay for the training, the people that can attend our workshops. And for people who can't afford it, we have the non-profit, which is we get funding, we fully equip the area. Let's say Syrian refugees, we go there, we train trainers, and we equip the whole area with the facilities, with the equipments, and we start providing training, the same as we provide it in our studio. I mean, there are some people who are in need of our service, and I believe the best way to put an impact on poor areas and other societies is not just donating money. You have to put your skills in that area and then grow from there, and they will start, learning some new skills, and then they can make money out of it.
Would you help men just as much as you would help women?
We have men more in our workshops, so we discuss sometimes their opinion about many things. Sometimes men are supportive a lot more than women, and they tell us, like, you are not fighting as women in society. Why do we have to tell you that? And it's really good to hear different point of views. Like, not all men are not supporting, they are all supportive, and they believe in women empowerment, but you need to get them inside a discussion. And then they feel that if there's something they need to think about, maybe, or maybe that's the way they've been raised.
Yeah, no, actually I was thinking it from another point of view, because like women could be bullied, a lot of men at school also get bullied and so on, and especially if they're not very strong, or they...
I got that a lot.
Yeah, so I'm sure they would want to come in. We want to come to your classes.
Yeah, I got lots of boys, teenagers, for example. They were bullied because they are not, into jiu-jitsu and fighting, and the culture in Jordan, for example, is like you have to be tough as a boy. Yeah. And they get bullied, like punched, hurt a lot, and they never express their feelings because they're boys. They can't. But I was studying that part of bullying. It has to be also. We talk about bullying a lot in schools, but we didn't start training. I trained a couple of boys who are bullied because their moms wanted to. But it's another, I would say, area away from what I'm doing.
Because I think your work is so amazing on the physical side, but it's also very relevant on the emotional and psychological side. And that's why I asked you that question, because I think a lot of people have physical bullying and also mental bullying. Exactly. And so that could be another dimension. You spoke about fighting and martial art. Amongst the most admired martial artists that I see, they did a lot of meditation. They were about peace, and you have to have a center.
Breathing, meditation.
That's right. Do you do that?
We don't do that in training yet. We had some yoga classes, sessions, but all our students were not interested. Like, if we have a yoga class, we have a fighting class, all of them will go to the fighting class. So we had to shut down the yoga.
In other words, what you have to say is that you have to be peaceful from within, and that center, the core. If it's peaceful, then you fight better. Your thing goes much faster.
And you can learn more about your body. That's right. I guess that's a second level for them. After they get all the anger on all the training targets, then we can probably I can add that to the training. Like, today it's going to be meditation. I hope they will stay quiet, because all of them are like youth, and they have so high energy.
And my final question is about the WIL Forum. What is the key message that you would like to give to the women here, the mothers here, and people who are impacting and influencing in companies? What is your message to them? What should they be doing?
I would say just follow your heart. Make sure what you are doing is right. If you feel that it's not right, just stop it and do something else. Like, don't act you're going to live twice on this earth. You're not going to live twice. You're living one time. But if you believe in what you do, that's really important. You have to keep doing that. You can get bored at some point and say, I'm done with it.
And how can they come and get your help, and how can they connect with you? Because I'm sure a lot of these women will resonate with your messaging. Yeah. What do they need to do? How can they connect with you?
They can contact us through website SheFighter.com. We are on Facebook as well, SheFighter Official. They can find us easily on social media. We have so many also live streams, training on Facebook. But they can just drop me an email or a message, and I'll respond.
Lina, it's a real pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.